All right, what's up, guys? This is Mitchell or Deity, and today we are going to be showing how to beat Zio 1010. So I'll be showing you the team, the everything, and what you need to do to beat him. So the team is completely free to play. You can see it on the board right here. You can get all these characters for free. I've been telling you to work on Mascot Hazel and to get Bomb Model Kana throughout the guide series. So this video is following a guide series. I'm doing new player guide series. So this is going to be part 16 or day 16, but you're not going to be here in 16 days. Probably some people beat this in like 8 days. But depends on how you're playing. If this takes you months to get to, that's perfectly fine. The longer it takes, the better off you're going to be doing it. But once you beat this, you will be getting Light Aiden, which is the barrier to entry to PvP, in my opinion. By getting her, it allows you to do RTA and other forms of PvP at a higher level very early on your account. So she's just one of the best characters you can possibly get in the game. She's better than most ML5s, and she's a free character. So that is going to be this guide. Two things real quick before we get into this. There is 2 boss fights that are a little bit harder in Chapter 4. One of the boss fights is going to be Zio55. If you're struggling on Zio55, there are 3 mobs that spawn with him. There's one that has a counter. Kill the 2 that do not have the counter. Kill the first one, focus him fully, and then kill the bottom one while his counter is going. If you aren't able to kill him before the first one explodes. The first one will explode, you'll take some injury damage. Once they're all dead and your team isn't injured too much, you'll be able to clear it easily. The team you'll be using for this is going to be Spectre, Cerebrus, Shu, Adventurer, Raz, and your Tamarin. So using that team will clear it very easily. It's just about knowing what to attack first. Again, the next fight, 9-9 is Lua, the second hardest fight in the chapter. That fight is going to be the same team, Tamarin, Spectre, Cerebrus, Shu, and Adventurer Raz. But with that team, you're going to want to kill the 2 mobs that spawn with Lua in stage 9-9 first. Kill those 2 mobs. Second, don't use your souls for anything. Save all your souls as you're fighting Lua. Your Tamarin is going to be your hard backbone of this fight. Every time you don't have Tamarin's heal skill up and your character's HP is low, you need to soul burn your S1 for 20 souls to heal your team. And that doesn't matter if she's in idle form or not. That is going to be the way to keep your team alive, and Lua is very easy if you do that. So that's how you beat those 2 fights. If you have any other questions, comment them down below. It's fine, I'll answer them. Or join Discord. Discord's better. It takes work off my shoulders because our Discord server is amazing. We're about to hit 4,000 people. In terms of Discord server, real quick, if you need a guild, if you're watching this and aren't following my new guide series, but you need an active guild, we have almost 50 guilds in there now. We have over 1,000 players in guilds, and with that, the guilds are all getting their weekly bonuses. There's a few guilds that we have to switch out new guild leaders and stuff. It's going to be a normal thing. Trying to manage 50 guilds is very hard to do, so we're doing our best. But I would say 98% of the guilds are running perfectly smoothly. Everything's perfect with them. We're doing Ancient Inheritance. As new players, we're getting quite a bit of the gear. I don't think we'll fully clear it on all the guilds, obviously, but we're getting at least 4 to 5 pieces of Ancient Inheritance gear of the 6. That's great. So if you guys are needing a guild, join the Discord, ask for a guild. We're making new ones almost every day. So there will be room for you. If we have to make another new guild because there's more people, we'll make a new guild and we'll set it as part of our guild group, and your guild will always be full. So 2 things with that. The guild only requests Wyvern Claws from aid. If they request Catalyst, they get kicked. And second, if they don't log in for 2 days, they get kicked. So meaning that these guilds will always be a series of active players, meaning you will always get your weekly rewards. You will always have buffs up. They are very, very good. If you're in a guild that's dead, you can leave that guild and join ours. Even if you're not a new player, you can be an old player. And if you want your guild rewards, the only thing is our guild rewards aren't going to be great because it's primarily new players. So if you're thinking you're going to get in there and get a ton of Mystic Medals from Guild Wars, no. But if you're in a dead guild, you're getting garbage rewards anyway, and you're probably not getting your weekly bonuses. So the guild is there. Discord link down in the description, and at the top of the comments, there's a pinned thing. Second, LD players there. If you want to play Epic 7 on your PC, you can download it through. It supports me. We've got a ton of downloads for it this month for those of you. But if you guys are burning your phone and you're on your PC all the time anyway, I highly suggest using emulators so you don't kill your phone. Phones are expensive, and PCs are better at running multiple programs. So having an emulator is great for that. So if you guys want to check out LD Player, that's the one I suggest, the one that worked best for me. If there's other emulators, if you want to try those, that's fine. But I'm just giving you a way to not kill your phones if you want to take that as an option if you're on a PC anyway. Now, with all that covered, let's go into our stats for the characters. The characters are going to be Adventurer Raz, Bomb Model Kana, Mercedes, and Mascot Hazel. Adventurer Raz you're going to want on your free HP set from doing the hunt challenges. So one of the free HP sets, any of them will work. You're going to want as much effectiveness as you can get, up to 100. And then from there, just you want to make sure you have bulk. So make sure you have about 100 effectiveness. And then that way your S2 defense break will have the highest chance it can have of landing. Second, his artifact is going to be... Sorry, let me show the stats. I'll move my camera. Sorry, I'm sure you guys are like, why do you even have face cam on? Aureus. So you should have 2 copies of Aureus at this point, hopefully. If you do not, it's no big deal. But if you have more than 2 copies, you need to lock 2 and feed all the extras into 1. And then level that one up as much as possible and put it on Raz. So this will be his artifact and how he looks. You don't need to do any of these. If you want to, you can, but yeah, don't bother. It doesn't deal damage, so you don't really need it. Next up, Bomb Model Kana. Artifact, Symbol of Unity. For those of you that are in guilds, this is the best artifact you could probably use for new players on this. And again, this is a new player thing. We're trying to beat this within the first couple weeks of playing. So our gear sucks. We should not be beating this stage right now. A lot of in-game players struggle with this stage. So just know this will take you possibly a lot of tries. So do not get disheartened. This team will work. You might have to make some minor upgrades and adjustments, but the team will work. So Bomb Model Kana. This is the best artifact. It's the first one you should buy from the guild shop. This is the first artifact to go for within that because you can use it on her and it'll help you clear this. So get this from that. If you do not have this, you can use Portrait of Saviors from the Guilty Gear collab if you were playing during that time. Second, Exorcist Tonfa is a 3-star artifact option. In terms of other options, you can use Rosa Hargana or the 4 stars, but the thing is you don't have many opportunities to dual attack, so it doesn't really help you that much. So those are our options, but they don't give you consistent extra damage or anything. They are an extra gamble on a fight that we're already going to be RNGing a lot of, as you'll see as we go. In terms of skill ups, yes, you're going to want to skill up Kana. It sucks because she's a PvE only unit, but we will try to use her in as much content as possible. So by putting the resources into her, we'll make her one of our core PvE characters from here. So I hate putting Molas into characters that are not for PvP, but for getting Aiden, this is completely worth it. No matter what, even later, the boss fight's going to be hard, even if you have a couple of the other options. The one-shot is not really viable for new players. That's the thing that almost everybody has videos up on, is how to one-shot it. It's very hard to one-shot as a new player. Some of you guys might be able to pull it off, but I would say 99% of you will not. That's where this guide will come into play. So one thing with Kana, you have the option of trying to go a little bit more bulk on her, or you can go for your extra damage. So I chose the more bulk option. These are the boots that are currently on my shoe. If you follow my crafting videos or anything, hopefully you were able to get at least 1 pair of boots for this. So hopefully you can get a crit set pair of boots. The stats don't have to be perfect, but this boot isn't really that great overall, but it does have a lot of bulk. It helps her survive this fight. So skill ups, the most important skill up though is the -1 turn cooldown. In terms of the EE, this is the best EE you can get. The effectiveness on it does not matter. Just as long as you get this, it will do the most for you. Next up, we have Mercedes. Mercedes is going, let me move this all the way to the top. We have Mercedes. Mercedes is going to, as you see, Kana was 544. Now Mercedes, she's going to be on her own artifact. We all will have her. She's on a Reforged Flat Attack ring. You can use a attack percent level T70 ring. You're going to have 2 of them. You can put that on instead. You'll have the same attack out of it. This has extra speed, but this was just a piece. I figured why not throw it on, but it's still basically free to play. It's just going to take a little bit of the headache away because I just beat this like a couple weeks ago on my other challenge account, and I'm not wanting to do it again. This fight sucks. And then you have your free arena gear. So mostly free gear on everybody. There's like 1 or 2 pieces that are not, but if you guys are following the guide series, then you should be able to get a piece or 2 if need be, depending on how you're going to build them. But these are the stat lines you want to aim for. You want some speed. If you go speed set, then you can go higher attack probably, and it'll make things better. But overall, her bulk is very low, and she will die very easily, which is pretty rough for this. Next up, Hazel. So Mascot Hazel, you should be working on. I've been telling you to work on her and get her specialty change done for like a week now in the guide series. So make sure you have her done. She's on the free speed set from Arena Shop, and she is going to be on the other extra gear from doing or having the challenges. You're going to have to move gear around to beat this, which sucks because you're going to be taking gear off your other PvP characters. So as you see, my Spectre Seabra and everything, they're not geared right now. Their gear is on the characters to clear this. So just know your characters, and my shoes missing her boots, my cigarettes missing some of her gear. Your account's going to be a disaster when trying to beat this. But once you beat it, trust me, you will be so happy it's done. You never have to worry about it again. So now with Hazel though, you want 200 effectors on her. If you are at a point in the game where you can build her better and put 200, perfect. That means you don't have to worry about some of the RNG nonsense of the fight. But for most of us people who are on new accounts or new players following my guide series, you're not going to have that. This is what you're going to be rocking. You're going to have stat line pretty similar to this, good bulk, decent speed, and 100 effect res. It's not even going to help you at all. The effect res doesn't do anything at this point. It's better to have 0 than to have 100, I think, for this fight. So the artifact we're going to be using is Wondrous Potion Vial. You guys should have at least 1 copy of this. The higher this is leveled, the less RNG you have to deal with. But with it not being leveled, we have an 80% chance for it to proc. So that you have the ability that Mascot Hazel can get stunned sometimes and silenced sometimes. With Potion Vials, you can cleanse out of that and save your run, and you can keep going. But the next thing on her is going to be her skill ups. I did skill her up a lot. The more you skill her up, the better off you're going to be. The heals are very important. You need to keep your team alive, and with my team being so squishy, you just put the resources into her. We're going to use her for PvE content as well. She's going to be in some of our raid teams, and she's also going to be for our Grass Expedition now. So we will have a place for her that she will sit. We will put different gear on her, but she will have a place. So now we're going to go in and look at her skill tree. I plus 30'd it. You do not have to do this depending on your gear quality level. I beat it on my challenge account, the 30-day one. I think she was only like plus 7. So you can definitely do it, but my challenge account, I am more focused gear, and I played it a lot more than this guide series. The guide series, I have not been able to play this account nearly as much as that. So with this, I plus 30'd her. The plus 30 gives you the extra attack in this last one. This is really, really big. It gives you a lot of extra damage, and there's just so many extra things within this that are really good for this fight. So plus 30 her is worth it. So if you can do that, cool. If you can't, you can try to get by without it. But those are the characters. Now, biggest thing, if you're going to be trying to do this as cheaply as you can, you need to at least have the -1 turn cooldown on every character. If you don't have the damage, if you don't have the molas for damage, you're probably not going to have enough damage to beat it anyway. But Bomb Autocata, make sure you're at least to the -1 cool turn, or whatever, the -1 turn cooldown. And then Raz doesn't matter. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into the fight, and I will teach you the mechanics. And we probably won't beat it, though. This is a fight that you're going to have to try multiple times. If you get lucky and beat it first try, you're a god. If you don't, it is normal, trust me. Some people tried this fight for 5 hours the other day. They finally beat it. And trust me, it's awesome that it's hard. This is the first hard content in the game, because once you do beat it, it's great. Now, in terms of your supports, another reason to join the Discord. You can also ask in Channel 1 if anyone can add you so you have a strong support character. But taking a strong support is huge for this. So once Zeo reaches down to 30% HP, he is going to hit you very, very hard and have a bunch of buffs. So with that, the stronger your support character is, the more likely you are to win it. So adding a bunch of people that have strong supports while you're going through and trying this over and over is a big deal. So joining the Discord, ask people in there if they can add, or you can add them as a friend. So a couple of the characters that are good for this, though, Sigret, he will be below 30% HP, so you can S2 and do a big chunk of damage. Apoc Robbie probably isn't terrible for it, but probably isn't great because he injures, I think, on every attack from that stage. So Apoc Robbie might be okay. Arbiter Vildred is great if he is an option, but most of the time you're probably going to end up with somebody's Sigret. This is an ML Landy. We'll take it just for fun. Maybe she pops off. Who knows? But this is going to be the team. I doubt I beat it here. Like I said, this is just going to be teaching you the mechanics of the fight. And then I don't even know if I'll put the clear in this video. If you guys want me to, I can. I probably should. So if I fail it here, I will go back and put the clear. So first thing is turn off auto. You cannot auto this fight. There will never be a moment where you can auto it. So never hit auto. You will get screwed. Now, the mechanics of this fight entail he will hit your knight character on your team, guaranteed, and stun them at the beginning. Wondrous Potion Vial cleanses that. If you get a run where your Wondrous Potion Vial doesn't cleanse at the beginning, you're going to be hurting from the very start, which sucks. So now the second mechanic is going to be your Dark Aura level. Once this reaches 4, if there's ever this at 4 on your screen, Zeo will automatically ult when he takes his turn and you will lose. So your goal is to never let this reach 4. The way that you reset this is by soul burning. So soul burning, we have all characters with 1 soul burn. You soul burn this, their skills at the right times, and by doing so, you put yourself in a position where you will not die. So the next mechanic is the enemies also have that. So these 3 mobs, you need to kill them before they reach that point. If they get to 4, Zeo will do it, and you will probably die. You will die. It's not you will probably, you will die. So you need to make sure these enemies do not reach that. So you need to kill the mobs first. And then you need to get Zeo down to 30% HP. The problem with this is it's going to take a lot of runs until you get it all to work right. If you don't, or if you kill Zeo, the back mob will respawn the front mobs. If you get Zeo down to 30% while the back mob, while the 3 mobs are still on the board, if he respawns them, you will have to fight all 4 of them, meaning you will lose. So your goal is to get Zeo down to 30% before this orb reaches 5 stacks, and then that way you will only be fighting Zeo in the second phase. We might not even get to the second phase here. Now, the last mechanic that we are worried about is soul burning. We're going to be using a lot of souls, and we're going to need to save souls at the same time. So every time we attack, we want to be attacking this orb as much as we can, because when you hit this orb, every time it gets hit, you earn 3 souls. So this ability here acquires 1 soul. But if we were to attack the back orb, you look at the bottom, we have 4 stacks here. They're 4 little bars. We gain 4 souls for that. So the reason we didn't use her heals on turn 1 to get attack buff is because we're going to get hit and we want to heal our characters constantly. So now we'll go ahead and rip S3, and I will teach you kind of the rotations from here, but you'll have to learn past that. So as you see right here, this is already bad. He went for Hazel, and guess what? Hazel silence. Now if she doesn't proc Wondrous Potion Vial, because we don't have a 200 effect res, we probably already lost the run. So this is going to be annoying. A lot of you guys are going to hate this fight, but trust me, once you beat it, the feeling of beating this is, I don't know if you guys like hard games, but this is the kind of thing that when you beat it, you are so happy. It is such a good feeling. Doing challenging things is very rewarding. So yes, there's going to be a lot of RNG, but just trust the process and keep trying. You will beat it eventually. You'll learn more and more each run and get better at it. So now he attacks again. All right, so we just took a ton of damage. She potion vialed. Yay! Like I said, the higher your potion vial, the better chance you have of not getting screwed over. So now we're in a position where we need to start looking at our skill cooldowns. Now that Hazel's at 2, we know that her skill 3 is on a 3-turn cooldown. So if we do not soul burn her skill 3 here, she will get above 4 before we get back to her skill 3, meaning that we need to soul burn this now. If we don't soul burn that now, we will end up losing the fight later. So now we are to Mercedes. Mercedes is at 2. This has a 3-turn cooldown, meaning that we need to soul burn this right now. But it's a good thing to soul burn it because it knocks these guys out of stealth. So, and we're doing a lot of damage. Whenever you do Hazel's skill 3, by the way, do not click Hazel like I just did. We now have greater attack buff on Hazel, and that is not good. If every time you use Hazel's skill, just click Mercedes. Mercedes having greater attack buff, we might have been able to beat it here. But I don't know if it's random, but I have learned that you want to have that on your... you want to click there because every time I click Mercedes, it gets to Mercedes. So maybe I get lucky in that sense. But now, as you see, there's 1, 2, and 1. The character that has the highest counter is the one that you want to be focusing on. So we are going to be wanting to hit this one that has 2. We need to kill it as fast as possible. Now, Raz is in a position where we're going to want to S2, and this is where defense break is important. We need to land this defense break. If we don't land it, it could hurt us. So we're going to need a run where we land defense breaks consistently. And it's only a 60% chance to apply the debuff. And it can get 15%, meaning that there's a 50-50 basically or less going into each of these. So let's go ahead and soul burn it, click it. We got the defense break and we hit the orb, meaning we got some extra souls, which is perfect. So now we Wondrous Potion Vialed from here. We have the option to S2 if we want to get some extra healing on all of our characters. It's probably good to. But I think from right here, what I'm going to do is save that for next turn in case we need a cleanse. And I'm going to just go ahead and skill 1 the orb to get some. And we got a dual attack with Kana. That's big. We just gained a ton of souls from that. Now we're going to go back in and we're going to attack the defense broken character with Mercedes. And now the defense broken character is basically dead. And we're looking pretty good for this run so far. So now we got to take a bunch of attacks. We're going to counter here. This will kill and give us a bunch more souls. So we're at a point now where we're looking very good. Kana being in the backline with Raz, I suggest putting her there because it'll help you keep her alive. If your gear is better, you can put Raz in the back for overall sustainability. But I think for us, the best thing to do is that. Now we're at a point where we need to get Zeo down. This is where you're going to have to learn your team, see your damage. If your Kana's on more damaged boots, it'll be different for you, depending on all your stats. But this is a point where you need to decide, do I need to be hitting Zeo to get him down to 30% before the orb revives everyone? Or do I need to be hitting these mobs? So I think for now, for this run, we're going to try to do Zeo. This is only my second run with this team trying it. So I'm going to go ahead, or you could hit the orb if you want to gain more souls. So honestly, the best thing might be just to attack the orb here. So we did some damage to one of the front mobs. It's good. And now we have Raz. Raz is in a position where we can S2 again if we want, or we could try to build more souls again. So you have to start deciding for all this, depending on what you want to do. And you will learn the more times you do it, you'll come up with a strategy, and you'll pretty much stick to that strategy when you get the right runs, and you'll eventually beat it. But for this one, I have no idea what I really want to do here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to soul burn and try to defense break Zeo here, because we do need damage on Zeo. So if I get the defense break on Zeo, we got it. Now we're in a spot where Hazel can S2 to heal up Mercedes. And then Mercedes is back into her skill 3. If we had greater attack buff on Mercedes and not Hazel, we would be in such a good spot right now. But it is what it is. So he attacks Mercedes. That attacks Kana. We're fine because of barrier. Now Kana has to soul burn here. We're at 4. It gives you a warning. If you have a character with 4, you need to soul burn. So we'll go ahead and soul burn her, and then move forward. You want to, like I said, you want to try to save 30 souls before getting into the final boss or final portion. Now Hazel is at 3. We have to soul burn Hazel here too, which sucks, meaning that we're basically out of souls again. And I clicked Mercedes this time. Let's see if she gets greater attack buff. I don't think she will. No, she did. Okay, good. So yeah, always click Mercedes for that. The bad thing is we just got stunned on her. That is not good for us. That might be really, really bad. I don't know if we'll be able to beat it from here, to be completely honest with you. But I'm going to go ahead and skill... Oh, I don't know what to do here. So this is a little bit sloppy. I'm going to go ahead and just S2 into Zio. Try to defense break him again, because we do need to get that down. That character is at 3, though. So this, we got unlucky. The hope was that our secondary hit was going to hit this character. We have to pray that it hits it right here. I'm going to go ahead and attack Zio here and hope that we hit that extra mob, because we want to get Zio below 30%. We are currently at 25. We won't quite get him with this attack. So we want to hit Zio here and hope we hit that mob. We did not hit the mob. And now we're in trouble. So that character has 4, and now we lost because of it. So there's a little bit of RNG as trying to hit that character. But the thing is, you do still need to get Zio completely down before reaching this point. So once the orb goes, the orb is at max, meaning we have to get Zio down from here. I don't think this run is savable, to be honest. I think we're pretty much screwed. So I'm just going to go ahead and S1. This will knock Zio out of that, and we'll gain some souls. Raz, we don't have S2 now. We have S3. And I don't think we got him down to 30%. Nope, we're like a tick away. So he's going to respawn. This is what you don't want to happen. If you do this, you failed the run. So from here, I would have got him down to 30%. I believe it's just one more hit. Yeah, so one more hit would have got him to there. But now we are fighting Zio with infinite buffs. He's ulting again before we got to heal. And now we have all these extra enemies here. We could have gotten to a point where we wouldn't have had all those extra enemies here and it would have been huge. But things didn't work out, and we're not going to be able to beat it on this run. But this is showing you, this is how you beat it. Once you get to this phase, if you have 30 souls, you're going to be able to soul burn your characters one more rotation and kill them. You're not going to want to Arky. You're going to want to soul burn your Raz, soul burn your Hazel, and get their counters down. And then once your extra character comes in, this is where having a strong extra character coming in is super, super important. So now we're going to go ahead and attack Zio. And we're just going to full focus Zio here, because that's the only way we could possibly win this is by full focusing Zio. So right here, S2ing is kind of nice because it can strip the defense buff, I guess. But I don't think there's really any point to soul burn. I don't think we can win. We didn't get the strip. This is going to do a ton of damage. We activate Magic Friends. Get the strip. Okay, we stripped. All right. So now we have ML Landy. Let's see the power of ML Landy for this. Let's see if our friend's character can beat it for us. I'm going to go ahead and soul burn. Do I even need a soul burn Kana? We're at 3 right now. I'm not going to soul burn. No, we want speed buff. The reason I don't want to soul burn Kana is because I kind of want to Arky him. I don't think Arky actually does damage to him, though. I'm not sure. Let's just go without doing Arky to be safe, and let's just soul burn, because we don't want to get to 4 stacks. The problem is the enemies are about to take their turn, and it's going to come down to ML Landy counters. I doubt this ML Landy is even on counter set, to be fair, but if she wins it for us, that's going to be really funny. Oh, she is on counter! Proc! Oh, wait, this could be funny. Hey, she's on Alvarez! Hold on, this ML Landy might win it for us. All right, so from here, what are our soul burns that we need? So Mercedes isn't going to get a chance to soul burn. We're going to go ahead and just soul burn into Zio. And we're going to hope that ML Landy can just go absolutely wild for this. And this is where your support character is super, super important. Yes, keep going. Salvo, salvo. Yes! Wait, we're actually going to beat it. So ML Landy, if you have a friend with ML Landy, there you go. This may be the key for beating this. But yeah, it's about bringing a strong support. Normally, you would not have to fight all these extra mobs up front. But sadly, we are not in a scenario where we don't have to do that. So from this moment, our ML Landy is fully healed. Our best heal, I think, is going to be on our Mercedes from right here. So go ahead and just heal her. See if we get another counter. No counter. That killed 2 of our characters. That's a counter. Please salvo, salvo, salvo. Yes. Beautiful. And now ML Landy has her S3 or her S1 salvo. We'll go ahead and attack. And your support character will carry you through the final 30%. There you go. There is Zeo beaten, done. First try with the guide. Well, second try. I tried this once. But there we go. That's huge. I'm done with this. Let's go. It feels so good, even though I beat this like 10 times now. Oh, that's awesome. That Landy popped. But join. Oh, uh-oh. Our audio just blew up. Okay. So there we go. There's Zeo beaten. That's exciting. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this helped you. You have the full fight to watch. You have every click I made and the decisions behind it. But you will have to learn the fight and learn what you're doing. But add a hero or add a strong friend. If you need strong friends, join the Discord. You will find them within there. So that's all I got for the video. Once you beat that, we're gonna go ahead. We'll just skip the story. If you don't want to see the story part, I'm skipping it anyway, but there'll be an animation here. And there's going to be some stuff that it'll show. Let's go ahead and get out of this. That lady popped, though. I should not have won that. Normally, your goal is to get Zeo on his own without all the little guys there. It makes it way easier, but we just didn't. We were so a tiny bit away from clearing that. So I am going to get an ML summon. I'll do it real quick, and then we'll wrap up the video. So let me skip this. And so we have the new chapter starting August 31st. So if you're watching this in the future, you'll already see the new chapter. But for us, there is no new chapter. Chapter 4 is the end currently. So now this is a stage for getting Aiden's artifact. You will need to go through and do all of Aiden's things. So I'm going to be honest, I probably won't do Aiden on this tutorial account. I'm going to end up switching to my 30-day challenge account once we get a little bit further, because that account is basically on the same day. And I'll be able to show all the same stuff, but I will probably not bother doing the Aiden missions here because I got to save some time for myself. So, but the 30-day challenge account will just transition over to the guide account, basically. So if any of you see a name change in the future, that is why. I'll explain that again later. But we'll go ahead and claim our Moonlight summon, and we're going to go pull a Conqueror Lilius from our summon. Easy. No way we don't get Conqueror Lilius. Okay. I think I'm only like 2 summons away from Pity as well, which is nice. Actually, do we even want Conquer Lilius? I mean, Conquer Lilius or Hand Guy. Spark! Spark! Conquer Lilius! Okay, never mind. Nice! Just what we wanted. We're two away from our first Pity. But there we go. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Join the Discord. If you need a guild, join the Discord. If you need friend support, join the Discord or type in channel 1. And I will see you all in the next part of the guide. I'm so happy to be done with this. Let's go. Peace out.